Whenever it becomes too expensive or impractical to practice a skill set under real conditions, simulation becomes an invaluable asset. In laboratory settings, materials can be wasted or toxic combinations formed, resulting in fatal mistakes and possible injuries. Because physical labs are expensive to build, costly to run, and easily damaged, you need a high level of training to work safely while complying with all legal regulations. Several years ago, a Russell Group university approached us and asked us to look at problems they were having with student performance on a regenerative medicine course. Our team has a lot of experience in complex simulations, and when we looked at the issues the university was having with their laboratory, we knew we could help. This is also when we first realized how enormous the demand was for cost-effective training for lab users, and so we created Learnexx 3D, a cutting-edge 3D virtual lab targeting education and pharma applications. The team is led by Keith Turner, an entrepreneurial engineer who has founded and co-founded several other companies, taken some to exit, and built a tech company from scratch. Ian Weston has extensive experience in military and spacecraft simulations. He was heavily involved in the early days of mobile at Scion and part of the startup team at Symbian. He has also founded a couple of edtech startups. Isabel Pirrett has worked on numerous European space missions and was operations manager for the EUMETSAT weather satellites. She has deep knowledge of computerized procedural systems similar to those used for laboratory protocols. Martin Zvingenberg trained as a chemical engineer and then switched over to computational chemistry, which makes him an ideal fit for virtual lab modeling. He also lectures in the chemistry department at University College London. Funding for Learnexx 3D has been from sales revenues and via the founders. We intend to raise £2 million to execute our plan, as well as enhance overall marketing strategies. Learnexx 3D development began in 2011 and had its first usable biochemistry procedures completed in 2012. Since then, we've delivered to UCL, Barts and the London, the OU, and at QMUL, where the product has improved real lab efficiency by a factor of 3. We've recently branched out of the UK, supplying TU Eindhoven in Holland, and have been shortlisted twice for the Times Higher Ed Award, as well as winning the Innovative UK Learning Technologies competition. Virtual labs are cost-efficient, easy to maintain environments that do not require extensive operational training. They are not limited physically or held to the same high-cost safety standards as conventional labs, and are therefore a more efficient option for students and trainees on a large scale. In higher education, increasing class sizes call for greater efficiency in labs, meaning that the hands-on time spent in the lab is decreasing. In some schools, health and safety concerns means labs have been dropped completely. These ill-prepared graduates then enter the workforce, and industrial feedback sadly reveals that many of them no longer have the requisite lab skills to enter the workforce cost-effectively. Learnexx gives every student the lab time they really need to be knowledgeable in school as well as successful in the workplace. In pharma, our product is useful because manufacturing labs must regularly prove compliance with legal or client standards, and doing this in a physical lab is an obstacle to efficiency, as it stops lab operations and ties up staff. Learnexx 3D can even be used for remote sales demonstrations. Currently, when big pharmaceutical companies need to demonstrate a product to potential buyers, they fly an entire team of people to their in-house lab facilities. This expense and sacrifice of time is not necessary when the demonstration can be brought virtually to anyone, anywhere on the planet, in minutes. There are several other virtual labs on the market. Competition is most fierce in the schools market because the technical difficulty is relatively low. Therefore, there are numerous stylized, cartoon-like 2D products. In the UK, LabSkills is the dominant company with this type of product. Late Night Labs leads the US market, and having been around the longest, have raised several rounds of finance and were recently bought by Macmillan. Labster, a Danish company, entered the market in 2013 with the first competing 3D product and 5 biochem procedures. Learnexx 3D is different because we partner with and sell virtual equipment to lab suppliers, and the platform is realistic enough to be used in pharma. Things are moving quickly for Learnexx 3D. We are close to signing with zSpace to integrate with their platform and become part of their STEM product to be distributed throughout the US to the K-12 and higher education market. Our research focus right now is to create a problem-based learning capability funded by innovative UK competition prize, which we intend to start marketing in the US and Europe next year. There has never been a 3D environment that can do what ours can. As the demand for 3D labs matures, our mission is to address this rapidly growing and important need across all facets of the market.